My name is Kimberly, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 23 in my last year of graduate school. I had just gone to the gynecologist in December. He did a clinical breast exam. He felt nothing. A few weeks later in January, I was applying lotion and I felt a lump. I didn't panic because I was used to feeling my lumpy breast, which I have fibrocystic breasts, but this lump was a lot larger. So I returned to the doctor. He said it's probably not cancer because you're too young, you don't have a strong family history, and cancer wouldn't pop up that quickly. Let's see if it goes away after one of your menstrual cycles. We waited for 2 cycles and a lump remained. I went to see a surgeon. He didn't think it was cancer either. He said, but whatever it is, we need to remove it. I survived the surgery. I thought I was finished. I thought everything was over. But of course, you have to go back and get your results of a procedure or a test you had done. So my mother and I sat down in his office. He said, I'm sorry, but the tissue came back positive with malignant cells. I knew the tissue had come from my breast. I knew the word malignant meant cancer, but I was like, this doctor can't be telling me at 23 years old that I have breast cancer. So I just asked him point blank, are you saying I have breast cancer? He said yes, and I started crying. My mother talked to him next about what we had to do as far as treatment. He said I had to have more surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. I had another surgery to make sure they had gotten all the cancer out of my breasts, and they had with that one surgery, but it had moved to my lymph nodes under my arm. Lymph nodes are found throughout your body. It's like a drainage system for your body. 30 lymph nodes were removed and 6 were positive with cancer. My course of treatment was 4 chemotherapies, followed by a month of radiation and another 4 chemotherapies. After my first chemotherapy, I felt like I was really sick and just like I had to throw up, but I never did. And then 3 weeks after the first chemotherapy, I was to do my second chemotherapy. I was about to wash my hair and it kept getting tangled. So I was telling my mother and she said, your hair must be shedding. Some people's hair may come out in clumps, but mine started shedding. So I had a friend who was doing my hair then cut it for me. But it wasn't a cute or presentable cut because you could see the bald spots in my hair. So we just shaved it off. And that was very hard looking at myself in the mirror with a bald head. That was another time I cried. I had very encouraging family and friends telling me, oh, you have a cute little bald head and you can go out in public with just your bald head. And I thanked them for the compliment and ran right to the beauty supply store. I got a wig to look just like my hair at first because I wasn't comfortable with letting people know what I was going through then. As I got more comfortable, I started changing the colors and the lengths. I got a little red bob wig, then a long blonde one I could sit on. And I just started going crazy with my patterns of hair wraps. It was fun. And then I had a month of radiation. With the radiation, the only side effect I really experienced was like a sunburn, skin irritation. And then after the month of radiation, I had my 4 chemotherapies again with different drugs. My cancer is in what you call remission. That means there's no evidence of cancer in my body, and that's detected through mammograms, clinical breast exams, and blood work. And just because I was diagnosed once doesn't mean I can't be diagnosed again. And since I was diagnosed at such a young age, my risk for recurrence is even greater because as you get older, your risk increases. So I have to stay on top of my health. So it's very important that you know your body so you know when or if a change occurs. And if a change does occur, be sure to go to the doctor and have it checked out. And if you feel the doctor is ignoring your concerns because you're too young for breast cancer, be sure to go see another doctor because we have to be advocates for our own health.